zoom on in. Kyle's coming in from the north.
And while you're zooming in, David, just watching for the north side of the metro. This would be our storm threat. Yeah.
And so the new high-res stuff, the nest, all that does not bring it in here now?
Just the same as it's been. Kind of clips the northern side.
Okay.
Let me check one more here.
Okay. So
the nest is just
this obviously is going off into, Stillwater, L.N.C.O.W.A.F, Tulsa, all that. And that was a done deal. The question is, how far does this build? And some of the data had this building into Oklahoma City with really mainly a wind and hail threat. But again, we'll see. All right, these things have a mind of their own. They're eating and breathing just like the rest of us, and they will do whatever they can to stay alive and survive as long as they can until finally it ends. Okay? But so the big supercell up here, that is spinning, and this is the one that produced a long track tornado. Okay, so severe thunderstorm warning continues. We are watching an area of spin now. Kyle's right there. Let's go to Kyle. He's coming through Covington.
Coming for Covington, that same area we've been showing.
Okay, new tornado warning coming for Covington. Right. Say that 10 times fast. Okay, let's go to Kyle here. And Kyle, tornado warning coming for your storm now. As you make your way south, you're going to come south and be right there, looking right at it. It'll be out your right window as you're headed south. Okay, go ahead and give us an update on the wind. Have you had any hail here in the last 5 minutes?
Yeah, David, we're southbound on Highway 74 right now, getting ready to come into Covington. Very, very heavy rainfall. Be careful on the highways and roads. There's been some moderate flooding on some of these highways. So slow down. We've had probably quarter-size hail, nothing really too big. Winds right here.
And those are winds at about 5,000 to 8,000 feet up that are above your head right now that are just funneling this thing. By the way, what are the south winds right now? What are some of the speeds?
I've seen winds over 40 to 45
right now
in the last 30 minutes.
In central Oklahoma.
In central Oklahoma, 39.
Yeah. By the way, look at that lightning show going on behind you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible.
It's pretty much the studio.
Power outages, as you can imagine.
Yeah, what do you have?
That number's coming up.
Garfield.
Garfield County,
Grant,
about 1,000, 1,200.
Okay.
K County is showing 194 customers, but there's also 150 in Grant County. So Grant, Garfield, K. Of course, where we have the tornadoes.
Yeah.
That's what we've got. About 2,000 customers without power.
Right, and at least I don't know how many. At least a half dozen tornadoes today. At least a half dozen. And one of those was an EF3, maybe stronger. Violent tornado, strong tornado.
Kyle has a look at the ragged lowering west southwest of Covington.
It's just right here.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to Kyle. And to Kyle, it's just to your west. It's almost like west northwest of you. It's just right there. It's on radar. It's not super strong, but the tornado warning does continue. So Kyle, go ahead, give us an update. And again, what do you see? Go ahead.
We're sitting on the southwest side of Covington right now. We're trying to look through there. I thought we saw a little bit of a point just a little bit ago, maybe a little funnel coming to the ground. It looks like it's gone back up at this time. We're starting to get a little bit bigger hail, maybe golf ball size here in Covington. We're going to sit here and keep an eye on it. Back to you, David.
It's messy. And you see shear rate wrapping back into this little area of spin right there. Okay, so Covington, line of fire, Lucy in, back to Douglas, or at least back to Highway 74, lowest level, center part of the house. Tornado warning continues. If it's on the ground, it's going to be a weaker tornado at this point. Kyle is right there. We have Tom coming in from the east, and Tom's right here. And let's go back to reflectivity, but it's right here, just west of town. And
while you're looking at that, I just want to take a little further north, just for folks in Ponca, right on the south side of
Highway 60.
Along Highway 60.
Yeah, going to McCord again. So again, not a tornado warning, but heavy rain in Ponca. The hail's going to get bigger in Ponca. And there's your rotation along the south of Highway 60, nickel, dime, quarter. Probably some golf balls in here too. It's a big updraft. There's going to be some quarters and golf balls in this strip here. And then there's your inflow notch. There's your hook. Circulation's right here. And it's going to go right over McCord, going to go right down Highway 60. Not saying you're going to get a tornado out of it, but it's severe. Winds 50 to 60, might ramp up enough to get a tornado warning, okay? So if I live south of Ponca City South, and then Ponca City East, parallel Highway 60, I'm thinking about, okay, hang on a second. All right, let's keep an eye on this, right? As you should be. because we know we have an atmosphere that is conducive to producing tornadoes. We've done it many times here this afternoon and this evening, and it's been a mess, and it's been a violent day in Oklahoma, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Okay, so that is what's happening in Ponca City, okay, K County. This is our supercell that produced the strong to violent tornado in K County, in Garfield County, south of Enid. We know we have a lot of damage up there, south of Enid. You guys have video, and guys, I don't know where the video is from. I just saw it glancing, just passing by for a second. Tell me what it is, what you guys have, because it is absolutely incredible.
It is. We are getting our very first look at some of the damage, heartbreaking images coming in from the Enid area. We want to show this to you, and then David will get your thoughts on the flip side. But this is from viewer Landon Dixon.
And we think this is the Gray Ridge.
Right.
Gray Ridge neighborhood. So Gray Ridge neighborhood is directly east of Vance Air Force Base, just east of Highway 81. So Vance on the west side, and this neighborhood is on the east side there. And you can see the damage there. These are big homes that have just been flattened by this tornado.
What's your thoughts when you first look at this, David?
Yeah, well, a couple of things. Look at the trees, and this is going to be a new neighborhood, and these are some fairly older, established trees that are again, if you look at the, well, if you can you guys put me back on the screen here? And if you look at the trees, you can see how they've been snapped off like large trees. That's going to be a key factor in determining the width and the strength and the winds in this tornado. Now, this house was on the edge of the tornado, so that house right there, let me step off and then let me back on here. Okay, so this is going to be a suction spot, and that's going to be a suction spot. So this is going to be on the outer side of the tornado when it came through. But right there, right across the street to the left, that's gone. That's going to be EF2 going on 3 damage. That's going to be EF3 damage. And so is that. That's gone. That's gone. All EF3 damage right there. For sure EF2, I think EF3. And again, that's just one tiny spot of a tornado that was on the ground for 15 miles. It might have been an EF4. I don't know yet. But I know for sure by looking at velocity data, looking at the tornado. I've done this a long time. I can tell by how it looked, how smooth it was, how the debris was not going up and out. The debris was being sucked up into the tornado, which means it's got a lot of velocity, upward velocity, and it's pulling everything into it. So I'm going to say early, my numbers, again, I think an EF3 right now, for sure an EF2. Yeah, and that's horrible. But the roof was gone, and this right here, right, some of these trees in here too were just absolutely shredded and broke off. So I'm going to go say, an EF3, EF3 at this point.
And just a word of safety warning that we need to get out, because Enid police are wanting this message to get out. They are saying avoid any southbound lanes of US 81 from Southgate Road. And then I talked to the volunteer firefighter trying to get around Southgate 10th from 30th blocked, 16th Street from Fox Drive to Southgate blocked. So a lot of power lines down. Really dangerous. If you don't have to get out right now, don't do it.
Yeah, we've always said that it's time of a storm right now. Everyone wants to kind of get out and sort of damage themselves. No. Don't do that. No. Don't do it. Let the firefighters do that. Let the first responders do that. Stay home. Be happy you're safe. And we'll hopefully provide updates here through the evening. We have crews there, and we're getting this video in and kind of going through where this video is from.
Right, and a lot of prayers are going up right now. In fact, we are just hearing now from Senator Langford. He wanted to get this message across to you at home and you in the Enid, anybody in the storm's path. Tonight we are praying for all those affected by the storms. I'm grateful that
it looked like it went right through that plant.
You want to take links too, David?
Links to, and you have the path?
Yeah.
Okay.
And this
so,
I'll zoom in here.
Yeah, I just want to point out a couple of things here. That a lot of these roads are 2-lane roads, and even Highway 81, it's 4-lane, but there's only so many ways to get in. So if you're just going to leave your home and you're fine and Enid to get down in this, don't do that. Stay home. There's still people they're going to be looking for. There's ambulances in here. There's emergency crews in here. This is a no travel zone for anybody, okay? Do not just think, I'm going to go look at damage tonight. Don't be that guy or gal. Okay, be smart. And remember, if this is your family or your relative and you were concerned trying to find out where they are, what happened to them, and police and fire and all that can't get in because you're driving around blocking, just stay out of it, okay? Let the experts do what they're going to do. Here's the path. Here's Vance, right? We think it crossed the southwestern sides of the runway, pretty close to, on the south side of Vance Air Force Base.
That video
across
right here.
81. Here's a video of that neighborhood. Zoom in on that. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, we were zoomed in on that.
Somewhere through there.
Yeah, go ahead and zoom on it. We were zoomed in on this. Yeah, Ridgeway Road. Yep. Gray Ridge Road. This neighborhood has been absolutely shellacked. I mean, it's just horrible.
That's the L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant, I believe you were saying, is right here.
Yeah, and it looked like it went over.
It's very close.
The L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant was on maybe on the south side of the tornado, but it went across the plant, and then it made a jot. And what we've done is there's another neighborhood here, something here, Lacey.
Yeah, there are multiple homes throughout here.
Yeah.
Neighborhoods, ranches, farms.
Leona, Mitchell Boulevard. There's a lot going on there. A little bit back to the farm, rural area, and then multiple, like you said, multiple homes in here. And then it did that jog to the north, and then back to the east. So, see, the path is not straight. Tornado paths are rarely straight.
It's very preliminary. I drew that based on radar, freehand of it.
Yeah, but it's going to be right. It's going to be really good. I'm just telling you. And there it is. There it is. So that's the path. Okay. So again, and it's wobbling. It's wobbling, right?
Yeah.
All right. Like an eye of a hurricane. It's low pressure. There's many forces acting on it, and it's trying to pivot north because of the Coriolis effect and things with the mesocyclone, trying to pull it north. But hang on a second, low level dynamics and all these other things are trying to pull it back south. So it does this wobble thing, and it'll wobble all day. I mean, I've seen it wobble like crazy stuff like this. That didn't do that, but it wobbled enough. So if you got, and we're in line one of the wobbles, it's not good. Okay? All right.
Kyle's getting golf balls right now.
Okay, let's go back to Kyle. And circulation has just not tightened up. Tornado warning continues again. Go ahead, Kyle. Give us an update.
Yeah, David, we're headed south on Highway 74 in between just south of Covington a little ways.
Douglas, this is way back in the rain.
Yeah, it's on that west side again.
But that there's area of circulation there.
Yeah.
It's really the tightest couplet, if you will, if we're going to call it a couplet, that we have right now. And it is still fairly weak. There's just a lot of wind and hail and just torrential rainfall, blinding rain in that.
Not going to see it. It's going to be so loud with the rain and the wind and the hail. 10:54, L.N.C.O.W.A.F, 11 o'clock. OSU campus at 11:07. That's, again, downtown Stillwater, 11:10, basically the same. And Stone-Wolf Casino at 11:25, okay? So some of the data was trying to build this farther south into Oklahoma City with some wind and hail here. That has not happened yet. Some of the data saying that everything stays just barely north and east of Oklahoma City.
Yeah, as far as the severe threats.
Yeah. So we might have a little rain here, maybe some small hail and gusty winds, but right now, the big stuff is obviously to the north, okay?
So there's Next Gen Live, just to show you
back
the broad view.
Yeah, and this stuff down south has struggled. The cap down here has won out today. That Mother Nature's lid, keeping at least some parts of Oklahoma safe, right? Lids and caps in the atmosphere. It's Mother Nature's safety valve sometimes, and it's a good thing.
Daddy say cap.
From going
that's future cap right here.
When you don't have a cap, or storms break the cap, you get what we got tonight. And that's a horrible scene up in Garfield County with multiple homes hit, some businesses hit. And, it's just a mess. Okay, so the storms in K County, now moving into Osage County. Tornado warning have been dropped for that, moving into Osage County, which is great news. And then back down the line.
Heading towards Stillwater.
Before we do that, Jan, let me show some video here. Let's give me Kyle's video from when it was crossing Highway 81, this storm, crossing Highway 81. Let's go to Kyle's video. And I want to take a look at that. And folks, this is a violent tornado. That's 1/4 of a mile wide, 8 to 1/4 of a mile wide. And I want to point out how all the debris, now there are big chunks of homes. That's the neighborhood right here. That's the neighborhood that Carl and Amanda were showing you. This is when it's hitting the neighborhood. That's an EF3. It's a violent tornado, potentially deadly tornado. And Kyle said he saw a car flown. It's hard for us to see it.
Yeah, I saw a big piece of debris. I thought it was the car. It might not have been in
Right.
the video. I mean, it's hard to tell roof from a car at that point.
This through, there's a
there.
roof.
That's what I saw.
That's
Okay.
a roof.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a roof coming off right there. But notice how there's another house. So there are houses that are gone in this neighborhood. Roofs are gone. We don't know exactly how many people are injured or potentially lost their life. We don't know yet, okay? people are flooding into this area. We're trying to gather all the information we can. I can tell you that if people were home and they did not do the right thing and go to the right spot, we might have problems. We might have had problems back near the L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant, which is just across the highway here. So it's not good. And then there's the tornado just a few minutes later. Homes hit, badly damaged. And again, we're only seeing just a small little sample of what this whole place looks like. And there's the tornado leaving the homes. I'm showing you here. Look at the tree snapped off. Pretty big tree snapped off.
And some of them, the bark is off of them.
Yeah,
which is always
the bark.
Very strong tornado.
So surveys will be done, and they'll come back fairly quickly. We'll know for sure officially what this is by tomorrow, the next day. So EF3, I think, somewhere in there. Okay, let's get back to it here one more time. Look at radar.
There's two areas, David,
Yep.
that we're watching of circulations. The tornado warning continues.
Yep.
Yes, northwest of Kyle, and the one near Lucian it's a little more broad, but that's also an area of circulation.
Yeah, it certainly is, and it's not as strong. It's not very tight, but it's going to be west and northwest of Lucian. So if you live in Lucian, again, down to Lake Perry, boy, it is wrapped in rain, too. You are not going to see it. I mean, you're not going to see a wall cloud, a lowering. It's just a wall of rain, right? But it's right here. It's on the northeast side.
Definitely the area that's tighter is where it should be.
Yeah.
I'll put back on reflectivity so you can
right
see
there.
that.
There's your hook. Okay, Kyle's down here. I tell you what, control room, let's go to Kyle. And he's looking back in this clear slot. He is 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from that. Kyle, the strongest circulation now is just to your northwest. Go ahead, look back that way, and I know you have your night vision on. Tell me what you see when you look back in there right now. It's kind of hanging out. It's just a couple miles to your northwest. Go ahead.
Okay, let me turn around, David, and Sammy's going to get the shot on it. Right there it is. So, nothing's on the ground currently, David. You can see that large lowering right there. Looks pretty ragged at this time, so that's going to be from our night vision camera right there. On Highway 74, we had several golf balls, might have been just a little bit bigger than golf balls. So it's going to be a pretty devastating hailstorm right through there, but we're going to stick here with it and keep an eye on it. Thank you, David.
All right, great job, and also great job today, Kyle. You go down, and you and your dad, Ron, saved lives today, so I just want to give you a shout-out. Kyle was on this thing. He was outside of his bumper. I just showed you the video. I mean, these guys look at themselves like this. They're public servants, and Kyle's a firefighter, so he's a public servant. He's a Woodward firefighter. I said it last time, I said it again, he could run for the mayor and win it. I mean, the guy's like, he's a rock star.
And Sammy's with him tonight.
Oh, Sammy is.
Sammy is.
Ron's not with him.
Ron's back at home.
Oh, Sammy's with him. Okay, so that's going to be Brandon's normal chase partner. I forgot they were going together today. Okay, so wow. But great job to both Sammy and Kyle and all of our trackers today. Bowcaster, Tom Pastrano, Mason Dunn in the air. I mean, everybody that was really, really in on this. It was some white knuckle rides. I promise you, when you're chasing a tornado and you're this close, right, you're worried about your own safety, right? I mean, things can happen. And, these guys and gals go out knowing that there is a risk that they get caught in this, right? And that things can go wrong. And, but you know what? When you care about Oklahoma and you're from Oklahoma, this is what we do, okay? This is what we do. Okay, so the tornado warning, it's up north. We're concerned about this area right there that's headed down towards Kyle.
Just got a report, David. Baseball-sized hail just east of Douglas with winds to 65, and that is from the emergency manager there from Enid. So just east of Douglas, somewhere in that hill core, he's seeing some baseballs.
Okay. Baseball-sized hill right there. So, guys, tornado warning does continue. It's still with us. We're still walking it through, talking about it, and it's getting a little bit stronger. So we'll pitch back to you guys here for just a couple of minutes.
Yeah, just for a moment.
Yeah, we are getting some more information on what's going on now with the Gray Ridge neighborhood there. So Gray Ridge is the video we showed you earlier where houses were decimated there. And that's Gray Ridge Estates. That's Highway 81 in Southgate. Here's the video right here. Getting word now from Enid Police that there are injuries in this neighborhood. There are people trapped in homes and storm shelters. So they are trying to assist people there in that neighborhood as best they can, but not good right now. For Gray Ridge Estates there, Highway 81 and Southgate. We have a crew headed there too as well, so we hope to learn more, but this is the worst damage we've seen so far coming out of Enid because of this tornado.
So police are really focused on there. A lot of power lines down in that area. Don't try to get there if you don't have to. This is going to be just on the east side of Vance Air Force Base. We are asking police. So far, they don't have any confirmation of damage or injuries at Vance Air Force Base or the L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant. So we're waiting to get information on that. We have also been reaching out to the area hospitals because we've heard all their hospital staff is being asked to report in if they're able to. So as soon as we get more word on any injuries and hopefully not any fatalities, we will pass that along to you. David, I know tornado warning going on. Let's go ahead and get another update from you on that.
All right, yeah, and hopefully this will wind down, but we still have this area of circulation, guys. Same storm. It's morphed a little bit, that video there. And again, that's the tornado just barreled through that neighborhood. That's going to be just barely south of Vance Air Force Base and across the street from the L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant, which is, again, just south of the Vance Air Force Base is where that neighborhood is. All right, so that's going to be EF3 damage. That's on the east side of Highway 81.
Directly east of Vance.
Yes.
Other side of Highway 81.
Yes.
Vance,
Yeah. But it went across L.N.C.O.W.A.F and then hit that. Yeah, so... I mean, it's worst case scenario, right? So, okay, so here's your hook. And the tornado warning still continues for one area that's to the north. But I tell you what, the area down here is getting a little bit stronger.
And Kyle has a pretty decent lowering. He's been watching that.
Yeah.
Can you hear me, David?
I can.
Yeah, I've been watching the same thing, see?
That happens.
For
I'm
some
not sure what's happening.
reason. I don't know what's going on.
I think it's okay.
Let's go to Kyle.
Yeah, he's got a great shot here.
Okay,
We'll touch him up.
let's bring Kyle back in. And Kyle, look, there it is. There's your lowering. Okay, great shot. Looking back off to the west-northwest. It's not gone into overdrive mode yet, but it's still obviously rotating right there. We're watching that. The couplet's a little bit stronger, but what do you think when you look back in there? It looks a little bit on the low end right now. Go ahead, give us an update.
Yeah, you're exactly right, David. So we've been keeping an eye on it right here. It's looked a little ragged at times, and then all of a sudden it'll kind of look a little more laminar on the bottom. So definitely we need to keep an eye on this right here. Back to you, David.
I should take it for a second.
Okay, yeah, Kyle's looking right there. He's looking just to his north, and I'll show you on radar. If you go to links 1, this is the area that he's looking at. So that's why he's right there. He's right in that area of circulation. Tom is just to his south. That's the hook with the supercell that produced the tornado in Enid. So this is the same storm, and this is a new area of circulation, obviously. The old one had moved north and completely weakened. But, David, I'm looking now at a TLX just to kind of give you a better perspective.
Right?
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay, so there's the other. I mean,
There's
that's
2 areas.
Yeah, that's moved out of the tornado warning.
Yeah, and it's broad.
It's broad. It's not tight.
Over Lake Perry,
Yeah.
Perry.
Yeah, Perry, and or downtown Perry's right here. So this is the original area. That's getting a little bit weaker. This is coming up right now, and easily winds to 60, just north of Kyle. And their shear rate, yeah, that's coming up. This thing over here, that's weakening right now. Yeah, so I don't think there's anything in the tornado warning.
No, I think that's going to just go away.
Yeah, it's going to go away.
But the circulation that's definitely the tightest is getting along Highway 74, right there where Kyle is. And if it keeps on that same track, we've been showing you the track. I mean, that's heading down towards Highway 51 and eventually Orlando and back over towards the lakes and McMurtry, Blackwell.
Yep. L.N.C.O.W.A.F, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's still good.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
On the storm track,
Yep.
L.N.C.O.W.A.F control room. And
Here's
what
the
we've done,
timing.
this is on the leading edge of the wind and the hail. The
Stillwater,
circulation, we're watching
1110,
carefully. It's
Bush,
back here, right?
1107,
Where Kyle is.
Glencoe,
Lake Perry, 954, Perry, 956,
11.
Orlando, 1025, yeah, Morrison, 1040.
Boomer Lake,
McMurtry, west of Stillwater, 1033. Stillwater Airport, 1051. Boomer Lake Place, 1054. OSU campus at 1107. Downtown, about the same. Downtown Stillwater. Okay? And we have a hook on here. We have some dynamics in place that this might continue to ramp up like it's doing right now. And it is getting stronger as it makes its way
I'm
off
getting ready to go
the
out.
southeast, okay? Okay, so once again, this is going to be an area of circulation out north of Marshall. Let's go back to links 1.
It's the broad view.
And the step down south has weakened. Still a few small storms. This is why Oklahoma can be crazy. So we had our resources up here today, but we also had resources down here because we thought there was a chance we might get a storm or 2 down here. And we did, but certainly like nothing compared to this up here, okay? This obviously has been horrible. And again, we're still getting in information on the damage in Garfield County. We know we have homes. We've shown you the video. Homes flattened, homes damaged. The L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant looked like took a hit. And then also the airport, southeastern sides of Enid. All right, so here's the big view right now. Everything moving easterly, headed towards Tulsa. Nothing headed towards Oklahoma City right now, so we're doing good. And hopefully this will continue, and we'll keep this going. But if you're downstream of this, you got to keep heads up. All right, let's go ahead and zoom back in, Lace.
Well, while you're doing that, Dave, we just got another report. Just a viewer messaging.
I know I've had so many on my Facebook.
So many reports coming in of damage, but this is a woman. She's currently in Scottsdale, but she is from Enid. Her husband and her son were in that neighborhood that we keep showing. Their cars, they said, are physically gone. They don't know where they are. Windows are blown out. The house right now is not livable. Don't know the extent of the damage to the homes, but says that the husband and son were in the shelter, and they are currently being escorted out of the neighborhood. And it sounds like they are safe, but that's just a very similar scene of what we're seeing in that neighborhood. What was the name of the neighborhood, Carl? Gray Ridge neighborhood there that is just to the east of Vance Air Force Base. Have we heard from Vance Air Force Base at all?
Have they put out a statement or anything?
No, we have calls into them. We're still waiting. Also, like other communities, like Kingfisher, they're sending their ambulances up there to Enid to help out when it comes to the rescue.
Hey, Lacey, I have some video here. So hang on a second here.
Yeah. No, you guys have more reports on updates of damage?
Yeah, we have a crew right there. We're hoping right there at the Gray Ridge Estates there on the other side of Vance Air Force Base, just west there on the other side of 81. So hopefully we'll hear from that crew here shortly. But yeah, all the resources right now are being poured into Enid there because
of unknowns.
Ambulances that from other towns basically going right into Enid right now, just because of what.
Got some lighting, some thunder. It's very unstable out here. Crazy. Move. Got the fireplace put this day. Won't be beat up by hell. We got lighting. Quite a bit of lighting, really. Put this right here. Hopefully I can park it right here. So there's the one. There's the one. Hopefully I'm up far enough. Take it from here. Actually, I need to back it up. Recenter this a little bit more. Okay, it's gonna be very tight here. Got some lighting. Oh. Hi, buddy. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Baby left. We got a electrical storm back now. Not here yet, but boy, yeah, the lightning's getting kind of intense. So got thunder.
There are actually some down signs I'm seeing too.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it just gets even worse the closer you head into Gray Ridge. Elizabeth, we'll give you a chance to hopefully get some information. If you're not able to make it in there, maybe talk to an emergency responder out there, or at the very least, we'll check back in with you just to get another idea of what the first responders are dealing with out there from
what you're seeing in just a few minutes. We appreciate that update there in Enid on the east side of Vance Air Force Base.
We do have the official word now from the city of Enid as far as what's going on, and this is what they have sent to us, saying that first responders actively performing emergency response efforts following tonight's tornado, actively impacting the Gray Ridge and other areas. Personnel from the Enid Police Department, Enid Fire Department, they're on scene coordinating emergency response efforts.
So we do know Kingfisher sending up their ambulances to help out in the Enid area, and it's all hands on deck with first responders, whether it's police, the fire department, hospital emergency staff. As soon as we get any more information when it comes to injuries, we have not heard of any fatalities yet. As soon as we hear anything on that, we will toss that, we'll take that back over, we'll let you know right here on News 9.
And we haven't heard any official word from hospitals right now. They're super busy, is what we assume. I mean, right now, though, the calls for extra ambulances to head into Enid to help out.
So as we get a better grasp of what's happening there, I will send it back over to you, Lacey.
Right now, what we're watching is over the Enid area.
Not yet.
There we go. You good now? Okay, over the Enid area, we do have thunderstorms that have taken off again. So while that search and recovery is going on, and we could see that video from Elizabeth there on the south side of town, very, very heavy rain. A new storm has gone up. Now, the storm we're watching closely, it is not severe currently, but there is a new storm right there over Vance Air Force Base, over the tornado path. And you just hate to see when this happens. There's a lot of lightning going on with that storm. So as these recovery efforts are going underway, still trying to get to some people. We were hearing reports, obviously, of some people that are in their shelter, that they're okay, but they have debris on top of them. Those types of stories is what we're hearing from in and around South Enid. This storm, very, very electric. Okay, so the threat of lightning strike, very high there. Very heavy rain as well. Not severe as far as wind or hail goes, but that's kind of insult to injury when you've got very heavy rain moving over these damaged areas. Now, we don't have any active tornado warnings. I'm going to turn this lightning off so you can see another storm has gone up over Garber, and the biggest storm, this is the one that produced the tornado, is moving so very slowly, okay, dumping anywhere from 2 to 3 to locally 4 inches of rain. So some aerial flooding going on
Stillwater,
in Garfield County, back over to Noble County. Big time hail still showing up with this storm. If you take a look at the hail detector, just to show you, damaging hail from Marshall back up to Lucene. David, we have been lit up online. The town of Lucene, we've been calling it, is Lucene. Lucene.
Yeah. Right.
So I was following your lead there.
No, don't ever do that.
Okay.
I will lead you wrong every time.
Yeah.
And I have for a number of years now anyway.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Well, everyone, we apologize and butchered your town name.
Lucene, you're right. It's been
We have softball size now.
Lucene. Matter of fact, we've written it out before. How to say it? I know. Sorry, Lucene. We got you. We hear you. We hear you loud and clear. Okay, so Lucene, and the big hill. Yeah, looks like just west of town. Okay, so no tornado warnings in effect right now, but we have the hook up north, additional storms going over, which is not good, the areas that had the tornado, right? So people are trying to do search and rescue and just trying to figure out what they have, if they've been hit in their homes. And now they have rain piling in on top of the homes that were damaged, because this is exactly where the tornado path was.
They had a lot of lightning too with the storms.
So it's dangerous, thunderstorms, and this is what's going to try to make its way down towards central Oklahoma a little bit later tonight. Okay, so Lucene, again, the hail is just west of you, the bigger hail, coming into Perry. Kyle's there, Tom's there, and this is, again, right now moving to the east. So, again, we'll see. But some of the data had this trying to build a little bit farther south. Control room, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Let's, we're top of the show here. Let's show some of the video. Let's go to Kyle's new version video from today. And then we'll do Kyle first, and then we'll just kind of run down the line here. Let's take a look at Kyle's video. And there's a tornado when he was going down Highway 81 looking to the right, okay? Vance Air Force Base, he passes Vance, and then it does this, crosses the highway. Again, he's looking back to the northwest. It's still approaching Highway 81. The DeLacy plant is right here. Vance is just to the north. It's now crossing. Look how everything is being pulled into. There goes a roof. And there it is now, moving through Gray Ridge neighborhood. There goes a roof, went completely around the tornado, and the roof gets spit back out. Right, yeah, there it is. Okay, and then it wedges out. That's going to be an EF3 violent tornado, potentially killer tornado, right? And look at the motion on that still. It's digging, and it's got that look to it. That's a violent tornado. And I was telling people, we were telling people, if you're not in your safe spot, you got to go. You cannot mess around with this, okay? And it just kept going, turned into a stovepipe and almost a wedge tornado. And then finally began to weaken as it was coming up on the southeastern sides of Enid, still hit a neighborhood over there. And then finally, and more homes on the way, all the way from south of Vance Air Force Base all the way to 412. There's damage. It was on the ground for over 10 miles. EF2, upwards of EF3, might have been stronger than an EF3.
Studio.
That to me is every bit of an EF3 if I've ever seen one, and I've seen a lot of them. Okay, so that look at the motion down here. Everything look at this thing out ahead of it. How that happened?
It pulled that, from way off to the right.
That's a low-level jet. There's feeder jets going into the tornado from all different angles, especially from the southeast, and that's being ripped in. It pulls that into it, and then this is the other shot. This is from Val, Castor, and Tom Pastrano. Again, there's the main cone, and there's the called satellite tornado on the backside that went around it, and then what got absorbed by the main cone. But that tornado's on the ground. That is an EF2 tornado. All right, and look at that shot.
No,
there.
I think that was in
whose video is this?
K.
Is this going to be? Was this? Is that Tom or Val's? Yeah, that's Tom's. Okay. Wow, that's impressive. See this white right here? See that white? You're thinking, what's that? Looks like sand. That's condensate. How's that happen? The pressures are so low, not just in the tornado, that outside the tornado, your winds are strong, but you're not technically in it, but you're kind of, that's condensate coming off the ground that's forming into what becomes a tornado because the pressures become so low. You don't see that every day, all right? And this is when the tornado began up in Grant County, right? This is north of the Enid storm. This is the first storm of the day from Val and Amy Castor. And then look at that. I mean, crazy stuff going on. Big debris ball, if you will, right? And then there you go. Then Mason Dunn got in on the action, right? So big tornado. This is going to be EF2 possibly, give or take. And then boom, there's the satellite tornado. And you're thinking, oh, look, it just merged into it. No. It's on the back side of it. We had this live. No, this was live on the air today, okay? So this went around the tornado. Watch it peek out. Wait for it. And there's the main cone, EF2. Here it comes. You're thinking, goodness gracious. Now look down here. See the debris on the ground right there? Little tiny debris ball. And then look, it gets eaten by the big tornado. It's so strong. And there it is. It dies. And that's it. But look at the shots here. Multiple vortex. See, there's large chunks of a house, of a barn, whatever. And look at that shot. Pretty incredible. And I can't say enough about our storm trackers tonight and Mason Dunn in the air. I mean, no doubt about it. Our trackers and Mason saved lives here today. No doubt about it. And there's another shot from Mason. He was on the northern storm, had come back farther south, and then he caught this. And this is the Enid. We're calling it the Enid tornado. And just incredible stuff from Mason Dunn. Tell you the scope of this. Look at the wind turbines here spinning. Okay? All right, so, Lacey, what?
Yeah.
Obviously, the most violent day we've had in 2026. We hope it's the last. Wow, spring is starting off with a bang for sure.
Yeah, it's been unbelievable to see the strength of the tornadoes, how long these tornadoes were on the ground, the path length of the tornadoes, going from the southwest to the northeast, and how erratic the movement was. The town of Raymond, very lucky tonight based on how they were looking to take a direct hit. That tornado crossed I-35, was headed towards Raymond. Yeah. That tornado touched down numerous times. If we go to links too, David, Andrew put together some of the reports. Obviously, there's numerous reports in between these, but it kind of shows you the areas of where we had the tornadoes today, all in north central Oklahoma, really in three counties, Grant, Garfield, and K counties.
Yeah. And this is what has long track tornado. At least a half dozen tornadoes up here. So, guys, again, a crazy, violent day. We don't know how bad this day is going to turn out. We're still looking for reports of injuries. injuries and things like that. We know we have multiple homes destroyed. So, guys, back to the news desk, and then you guys have more. We do, David, we are checking in with our crews, and we have several crews in right now
trying to get a handle on the damage there, and that looks like kind of the bullseye for this tornado earlier today. We've been talking about Gray Ridge Estates, but L.N.C.O.W.A.F is also over a home that's been flattened. She's also in Enid there.
So she's going to be just kind of north of Gray Ridge Estates, the exact location, South Leona Mitchell Boulevard and Fox Drive. So still we're talking about the south side of Enid. We know we have her on the phone. Shelby, tell us what you've seen out there.
Yeah, Amanda and Carl, this is just awful. Take a look at this house. It looks like what is a well-built brick home. Windows are out, the roof is now gone, and you can see these walls. It looks like they were really sturdy at some point. Now, I mean, just completely in rubble in front of us. On the way here, we were traveling north on Highway 81 as we're kind of trying to get into Enid. Like you said, we're on the south side now. We saw this line of emergency vehicles just speeding past us to get into town. We're seeing several
Stillwater.
of them go by us right
Little dot.
now. So it looks like they're trying to figure out
Little dot right here, Stillwater.
We're going to be following some of them in right now as well. You can see there's some down power
Little
lines
dot right there,
in front
Stillwater.
of us as well. That's why we can't get out. It's because the
Video.
rain is really, really heavy
Right
right now. We can't fully see because it is so dark and these power lines are down in front of us. So we're barely getting into town. Like Elizabeth said, they do have things blocked off. Highway 81 and South Gate for Enid as they're trying to do rescue efforts to a lot of people that have reportedly been trapped in their homes and in the debris. So we're still trying to figure out another way to get into town right now, and the rain is really starting to pick up. So, like David said, this is really a mess, and we're just scratching the surface. We're barely getting into town. Amanda and Carl.
All right, Shelby, stay safe out there. We appreciate it, and hearing from other crews that Highway 81 is packed right now. So hopefully that is just packed with emergency vehicles. That's what's needed at the moment.
It definitely is. Also, just hearing from the superintendent of W.A.F schools, Gray Ridge neighborhood happens to be in his district, and he says all school, our classes and activities are canceled for tomorrow for W.A.F schools. He says right now, and they've been trying to talk to all the students and the staff, he thinks everybody's been accounted for, but he has talked to two of his teachers who live in that Gray Ridge subdivision, and they said that subdivision is pretty much destroyed.
Destroyed. And all the students accounted for, according to the W.A.F superintendent.
We hope that remains the case as well. The school, by the way, is okay as well. It was not in the path of the tornado.
Yeah, so we're just following that right now, but obviously that neighborhood was decimated, and that's where crews are. That's where we heard from Elizabeth with, you saw those emergency lights behind her, and they're just blocking people there, making sure that emergency vehicles can get in and out of that neighborhood and get to people who need help. Again, we heard that people might be trapped in storm shelters, trapped in the debris itself.
More resources are going to be heading there to Enid, too. We just heard from Governor Kevin Stitt, who told us that he's been in contact with Enid officials there, local leaders, and just ensuring that they get everything that they're going to need in the coming days. So he has been in contact with them, and, of course, his thoughts and prayers with that community and everyone impacted tonight.
Pressure is 28.64.
Here on our news desk, again, we're trying to get any confirmation of injuries, and we have not heard anything yet on fatalities. David, we'll pass it back over to you in the Bob Mills Weather Center.
Well, as of right now, that's the best news we've heard so far. Incredible, because this was a long-track, violent tornado. It set down basically as an EF2, went to an EF3, I think, and might have been an EF4. I don't know. We'll find out. Surveys will be done. They'll be done. But just by looking at radar right now, you know how people over the years, they go, hey, when you're on TV, surveys were done after the tornado of damage, and then damage. What kind of wind speeds cause that? So why do you call them out on the air live? Well, I've done this a long time. I know what I'm looking at. And second of all, if I just say tornado, people go, hey, okay. But if I start saying it's an EF2, it looks like an EF3, then it just gets people's attention. If I'm just telling you exactly what I think it is, right? And remember, I storm chased for, 30 years. And so I've seen a lot of this stuff in the field, and I know what it looks like.
Yep.
And I know what the tornado looks like when I start to see things. And I'm like, okay, hang on a second. So we'll see. But I think I'll call it the Vance Enid tornado, basically will be an EF3, for sure an EF2, maybe an EF3. And I think the tornadoes in Grant and Kay counties are going to be an EF1, EF2, the way it looks right now. A little bit weaker up north, but maybe a little bit stronger. But I think minimum EF2 in Grant and K County, and then EF3 for the Garfield County or the Enid storm. Guys, we have severe storms now taking off, and again, up in the Enid area. This is going to be just south and east of Enid here. So, Lace, a little bit of a hook on this thing. Man, this party will not end.
Yes.
And a little bit of a hook.
Severe storm right over the area where the tornado crossed.
Exactly
it's
where.
Showing where the heavy rain is. You're seeing it from our crews that are there.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And this does have a little circulation, and like we've been saying, it's so electric for all these recovery efforts.
Lightning from Oklahoma City looking north is continuous.
Yeah.
It does. There's no gap.
Do I have the lightning on
no
here?
tornado warning with this, but it does have shear on it.
Yeah, turn
a little
that
bit of
on.
spin. Again, going right over where the tornado was this evening, right in here. This is the tornado path, and this is all covered in lightning and thunder and heavy rain. Not a tornado threat with this, but some wind and some hail. What are hail sizes up here? And to look at the hail core here. Yeah, quarters.
Up to golf balls.
Yeah, right over the damage path. It's right over the damage path. Golf ball size hail, okay? All right, so that's a problem. Let's go a little farther east. By the way, that line goes up through just south of Billings. That storm's severe, south of Billings. Okay, that's going to Sears. And then Marlin, you're kind of in the line of fire eventually. 7 Clans, Paradise Casino. Eventually this will move in. But this is our supercell here, right? Big storm. And from just west of Lake Perry, there's your mezzo. Not strong enough for a tornado warning, but it's getting there. It's coming up some. And where's Kyle right now? Why don't I see him on this?
He's right with Tom.
What do we do with
right here.
They're together. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I see Kyle shot.
And that's out of TLX.
Shot. Yeah, that's a heck of a hook.
And so big hail. I mean, quarter to golf ball size hail, and probably a lot of it. There's still been so much rain. So the green there, of course, is where we've had that area from 3 to 4 inches of rain from Fairmont to Covington, back down to Lucene, back to Lake Perry.
Yeah. Hey, nice job on the Lucene.
You got it. I will never forget.
No.
And still some good news from our trackers, Tom and Kyle down there. Still seeing a north wind.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. So
wonderful. Yeah.
There's a little bit of a gust front, rain cool there.
Not going to tornado.
Down here at the surface, it's a north wind. Aloft, probably not.
Yeah.
Also, you talked about the lightning.
Yeah.
If you want to show the Guthrie camera, I moved it off to the north. It is a complete continuous light show.
Lace, do you have Guthrie cam?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay.
My girl's fixing that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's continuous. Like, I've been seeing some of the other cameras, and just from the trackers, it is.
You said Guthrie?
I'll bring this up here. And this is Guthrie cam. It's continuous lightning. I mean, basically.
Goodness gracious.
It was like this while ago in Stillwater.
Just a ferocious lightning storm tonight.
Man.
Okay. All right, so.
One storm.
Yeah, it's basically off the storm. And so here's the deal. As of right now, we're watching it. No tornado warnings as of right now. 2,000 customers without power here in Oklahoma. Garfield, 1,500. And a couple hundred, several hundred from Grand and Decay. So we're 2,000 total. And again, obviously from the tornadoes today. And you can see the hook right back in here. Not tornadic right now. We are watching it.
I've got a track on 2 if you want that.
All right, let's go to links 2. And there's your track. And right now, this misses Oklahoma City. Some of the data say we get a little bit. We looked at it, kind of a trailing line of some showers, maybe some gusty winds in the metro. But it looks like the brunt of this severe weather goes through northern Logan County and Payne County, maybe Lincoln, and then points east. Okay? All right, so Lake McMurtry, 1017. Morrison, we'll do 1019. Glencoe, 1040. Pawnee at 10:45, OSU campus 10:50, Cody 11 o'clock, Blackburn 11:17, Yale at 11:32. But a lot of this again to the north of Guthrie, to the north of Oklahoma City tonight. Okay, everything is up here, and this is not tornadic in here. This is a wind and hail threat. The only storm that we're still really kind of keeping our eye on is right here. But we have a north wind, so as long as we stay with the north wind, we're going to be good. Lace, I'll tell you what, we've got some graphics built, and this is our normal weather time here. So no tornado warnings in effect. Let's go to my show. Okay. And we can bring up a little bit tonight. If I don't care, we can show it by tonight map. Okay, so we can do this. Okay. That's fine. Take it through. So this is our normal time. We do weather here. So watch what happens here. See all this? This goes on. There's midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. See how it just gives Oklahoma City, Stillwater down to Guthrie. We kind of miss out. We'll see. But that's the way it looks right now. It just barely This is us. We don't have any severe weather here in Oklahoma City. The way it looks right now, it's just to our north and to our northeast, okay? This is what I did earlier today. And again, Oklahoma City, we might see a little bit of rain, but everything north and east of us, wet and stormy overnight tonight. This will go on in northern Oklahoma. Okay, this is from midnight till about 8 o'clock in the morning. I think my forecast is still good from earlier today. And let's talk about tonight's lows, just kind of run through them. Tonight, again, more severe weather. The tornado threat, it's dropping now, and it will continue to drop. I think overnight, it's mainly a wind and hail threat. Tornado threat's not zero, but it's pretty low overnight, okay? Pretty low. Oklahoma City, north and east. Lows tonight, 50s and 60s. Cold front moves through. 40s in the northwest, 30s in the panhandle. Let's talk about tomorrow. Back up to near 80, and the front that comes through tonight moves down into southern Oklahoma. And it stalls down here, and we might have a little severe weather in the far south and southeast. It might be way down here, though, and that's where I have, again, a good chance of storms down here. That's tomorrow, okay? Not back here, and even some of the data now has it almost dry, completely back into our viewing area. Even our southern fringe might be dry.
Glass on it.
Now, Saturday, all right, highs in the 80s. The front, the cold front that's moving through gets a bigger push tomorrow. It comes back north, and it all depends on where the cold front is. So we're back to the 80s. The humidity increases. Some of the data break out.
This blue right here
northern
indicates
and central,
power
and
outages.
eventually southern and eastern Oklahoma. Starts in the north, the northwest, and makes its way to the southeast. And we will be unstable with the wind and hail and tornado threat. I think the higher concentration of storms will be from like Oklahoma City to the north.
Saturday and
east.
Sunday is going to be busy,
This
guys.
is Saturday, okay? Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, and for a while.
Enhanced
Saturday
risk.
night. All right, big hail, big wind, and maybe some tornadoes possible. It really depends on where that warm front is and how far back north that warm front makes it on Saturday, and the dry line, how far west the dry line is. So Saturday still with some question marks there, okay? Sunday, highs in the 80s, 90s out west. We do have the dry line in here. But right now, we'll do a 20% chance for thunderstorms along and east of the dry line because the cap and the lid comes back into play. So, again, that will suppress the atmosphere. So we'll see. We'll see. So for the marathon, right now, Saturday morning looks dry. Sunday morning, right now, we'll do a 30% chance. Maybe some showers going on for Sunday morning early. Hopefully ending by the time we get the marathon off, and we'll say goodbye to that. We'll have to watch Sunday afternoon, but the marathon will be long gone by then, okay? So we just have to watch Sunday morning. 9-day forecast here. We do have some quiet weather coming. Still warm and dry to Monday next week. Low 70s, slight chance. Maybe some rain hanging around maybe on Tuesday. But I'm going with a cooler solution with a north wind. Highs in the 70s next week. And look at the morning lows, even some 40s and 50s in there. So no crazy severe weather next week the way it looks right now. Okay? But again, April going into May, things can change. We're here. We're ready as we always are. Weather team's ready and trackers are ready. And so it's all good. You guys have a little more at the news desk?
And just fill you in on what we've learned just in the last couple of minutes. So the Red Cross, we've heard from them. They are monitoring the situation. As of right now, they do not have a shelter set up, but that could change. If that does, we'll pass that along.
Yeah, and we're just watching in some of these monitors here about the situation with ambulances. Ambulances are going in and out. Highway 81 is loaded now with emergency vehicles. Oklahoma Task Force 1 is now responding to Enid, and we do understand that there are search and rescue efforts going on right now.
So we did hear from Oklahoma's emergency manager, the state emergency manager. They also have staff headed now toward Enid. And you mentioned Oklahoma Task Force 1. So that is some of the best firefighters in our state. They come from different departments. And a lot of times they are trained in search and rescue. And so right now those firefighters are headed to the Enid area. Specifically, the area we're hearing time and time again is the Gray Ridge neighborhood, which is just east of Vance Air Force Base. I know a lot of people are worried about Vance Air Force Base getting hit as well. We have calls out, and we still haven't got any confirmation of damage on the base.
And that was one of the early reports, not Vance, but at the Gray Ridge Estates, that people were trapped not just in the storm shelters, but in the debris itself. So Enid Police is on that. They're there. Our Elizabeth Fitz is close to there. She's watching things, and she just is explaining that there are just a number of emergency vehicles on Highway 1 going north, we assume, to a hospital. And we're also waiting to get word from the hospital, just the situation there. But
The state emergency manager also added that in terms of Raymond and Blackwell, they did have reports of some barns being damaged there, but that's the extent of what they've gotten at this point. So we're making the calls. We appreciate you, our viewers. If you live in that area and you have information, send it to us here at News 9, and we'll make sure we pass that along. But again, waiting to actually hear extent of injuries and no word on any fatalities at this time.
And just stay off the roads also. If you're up in Enid, you know, this is not the time to get out there and survey the damage. Stay off the roads. Let those first responders do their jobs. But Dave, that's the situation now. I know you guys are monitoring things, but as soon as we get an update, we'll be sure to share it.
Absolutely. Well, great job. And, you know, hopefully we'll, you know, amazing that if we get out of this without injuries or worse, I mean, I think that would be amazing. But considering how violent that tornado was, I was showing you there just a few minutes ago, and the strength of the tornado and the path of the tornado and the length of the tornado, we'll be very fortunate if we come out without any injuries at all. I would be amazed, because tornadoes are, you know, they do horrible things. And this was not a weak tornado. This was a strong, violent tornado. And, you know, there are problems with that for sure. All right, so still tracking severe weather to the north of us. No tornado warnings now. Great news. And let's see, everything again east of Enid. But, man, that severe storm east of Enid has a hook on it. It's behind the boundary. So that's not going to produce anything crazy, doesn't look like. And let's go ahead and zoom on in, Lace. Let's look at the hook here. This has really come up. And, I mean, clearly a hook. But Tom has a north wind. Let's get our Tom Pastrano and bring Tom in. And, Tom, if you didn't have a north wind, I think you would have some problems on your hands. Is your wind still from the north there as you look back at that hook just to your north?
Oh, I know, David. Yeah, the winds are still from the north. You know, just above the surface, everything is screaming into that area just to our northwest. So, you know, up in the, probably like 1,000 to 2,000 feet above us, it's just all coming from the south. But the good thing is we do have north winds. They aren't as strong and they're not as cool as they were maybe about 15 minutes ago, but they are still sustained from the northeast. Back to you.
Okay, nice job, Tom. Stay with it. Back to Links 1 here quickly. Tom is right here. Let me show you where Tom is on Links 1. He's on this hook. This has a hook southeast of Enid, not tornadic. It is severe. Flood warnings continue for 3 to 5 inches of rain that's fallen up here already. Don't drive into water. This has big hail in it now on and south of Lake Perry. These are moving east-southeast down towards Stillwater with big wind, big hail. There is still a tornado threat. With this one, it's very low right now, but it's not zero. We're watching it. Guys, back to you.
Okay, we just want to update everybody real quick. We're getting word of 2 shelters. The first one being an emergency shelter that opened up tonight, Oakwood Mall. In fact, they have opened up as an emergency shelter for anyone in the Enid area that has been displaced.
And Oakwood Christian Church is the other one. That is the northwest side of Enid there at Oakwood and Randolph. So we are seeing the shelters open up for those who need them in Enid tonight.
2 shelters as of right now. David, back to you.
All right. Well, that's great news, because for some folks up there tonight, they're going to need it for sure, right? We all know we've got, you know, and it's not just the one neighborhood. I mean, folks, we get it. There's a lot of homes that were hit that we've got video of. And Kylie, did we get that video that I sent you earlier? Let me know. And thank you for those sending all the pieces of video and the pictures in to our social media, my Facebook page, direct message me. We're trying to go through them. And, man, there's some incredible stuff. People are, like, driving across. There's homes that are gone or heavily damaged. So we have seen tons of video like that. So there's a hook there. There's a hook there. And that's coming into Fairmont and Covington. Also, I'll tell you what, Andrew, if you could go into my messages and just take some of those. There's a couple pieces of video that are really, really good of some of the damage and things like that. Kylie, let me know what you find out, too. Okay. Yeah. What's that? Yeah, in my Facebook direct message. Yeah, if you can go in there, you're going to get busy because I'm covered up, but with a lot of pictures and a lot of video. But again, hook near Fairmont. Let's go back to Links 2. And again, no tornado warnings, all severe. Let's talk about the path here, Lacey.
Yeah, that's the...
And what'd you say?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. That is the track right now. So it's moving more to the east, southeast.
No, I'm sorry. The path of the tornado from earlier.
Oh.
Let me back up. My bad.
That's a storm track right now.
Yes.
So OSU at 10:45, Yale at 11:18.
Yep. Merrimack at 11 o'clock. So so here, and what she did is this is the leading edge of all of this, sliding east southeast. But the bigger cities, like you said, Stillwater, 1050. Okay, so not tornadic right now. We obviously have a hook here and another hook back there. But there you go. And this is kind of the early preliminary. So this was Enid, and this is Enid downtown, Highway 81. And again, the Gray Ridge neighborhood is right across the street, southeastern sides of Vance Air Force Base, right across the street. I'm sure people work at Vance that live at that neighborhood. And then here's the L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant, we think was hit.
I was told that is separate from the concrete plant. I think that was something slightly different, but it is also the L.N.C.O.W.A.F.
This is?
That is, yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And what else was there? That was L.N.C.O.W.A.F?
I guess there's a concrete plant, and I believe the message was that is not the actual plant. I think that was something, this is something separate.
Okay, so what is this then?
Something L.N.C.O.W.A.F.
Okay, so it's L.N.C.O.W.A.F something. All right.
Yes.
Stone, L.N.C.O.W.A.F. Yes, there are two right there.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. We'll go with that.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't. The only reason I said it because Kyle was right in front of me.
Absolutely, he saw it. Yeah.
He saw it. He said it's hitting the L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant. So I was like, okay. And because it just barely missed Vance Air Force Base, right? So there's the neighborhood, right? There's Gray Ridge neighborhood right here, where we had Kyle's video, and then it snaked along, hit the neighborhood in here, snaked along, made a hard left turn, went up 30th Street, and then went back east again, and then pretty much looks like died out. Right
Oh,
at the airport,
cool.
right? So
See a little hub up there?
Further east.
Yeah, there's the airport.
Here's the airport right here, and it looked like it died as it was approaching the airport. Probably have some debris strewn out across the airport, and crazy. So you see the path. This was a long-track, violent tornado on the ground for 45 minutes. Path about, what is that, 12 miles, we think?
Yeah, whenever you measure it with the bends, it's close to 10, 12 miles.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still a long-track tornado.
Absolutely.
Definitely counts.
And it was about 40 minutes from start to finish, continually on the ground. Did not lift and, strengthened and weakened and kept on going.
Crazy. Okay, so we don't have, once again, the Gray Ridge neighborhood hit hard, and that's a video from Kyle's video here. So zoom in on that if you can, Lace. Let's talk about that neighborhood here. And also, control room, bring up Kyle's video again. This is this neighborhood, right? Kyle's right here. He's like he's right here. He's a half mile away. Kyle was right here shooting this video. He's looking north. First he's looking northwest, right? Now this is looking to his right. He's going south on 81, looking out his right window. This is what you folks in Enid are watching. This is, again, moving across that L.N.C.O.W.A.F plant, or whatever, south sides of Vance Air Force Base. And this is Highway 81, right? And Gray Ridge neighborhood is right across the street. And I want to point out, look how everything's being pulled off the ground into it. Clearly a sign of violent tornado. You haven't even made it into the tornado yet, and you're losing your home. That's how violent it is, okay? It's just incredible amounts of forcing going into it and up. Also notice, see how the debris is going up, and there's very little debris falling back down? Why? Because it's being pulled up 10, 20,000 feet up into the sky. Homes, businesses, whatever. Everything, trees, everything. It's being pulled up into the strong to violent tornado, being well up into the storm, 20,000 feet up, EF3. There it is. Did the big stovepipe violent tornado. Became a little weaker, a little smaller, but still, man, this was a bad deal. Bad deal. And again, we don't know how many homes, but it was on the ground for at least 10 miles. To me, it looks like an EF3 tornado. And just absolutely incredible. Then it started to weaken. Wrapped in rain. Kyle was having to use his camera and do some things to it here to kind of see up in there, because look at that. One more time. Look at it crossing Highway 81. I mean, that is a drill bit. That is a grinder. And this thing is scouring the earth. This is the kind of tornado that will, again, take your house nearly gone and might start to remove some pavement and part of your driveway and pavement areas and things like that. Just incredible. That storm, what's left of it, is over in here. This was a new storm that kind of developed on the backside. And you see the hook, but Tom has a north wind. And then we get back up in here, and it looks like now Vance and areas east are getting what looks to be a break in the rain finally. as the storm's now over Fairmont. Still heavy rain up here, lots of lightning, nickel and dime, quarter-size hail. Still severe. Flash flood warning now from just northwest of Covington. Look at the rain amounts.
That's 3 hours, yeah.
Is there 4s or 5s?
I've seen some 4.
So don't drive into water.
Yes, don't do that.
We don't need today to get any worse, right? Don't drive into water. That's another thing, too, is that people are trying to get to these areas where the tornado went through, and there's been some flooding up here, and more flooding, but hopefully this is going to go ahead and move on out, and we'll say goodbye to that, and the water will start to drop just a little bit. Okay. Once again, no tornado warnings right now. All severe thunderstorm warnings to the north of us. Lacey, let's go to the future radar here. Show people at home what's going to happen. And again, this is just one of our model, in-house model data that we use. And it's doing a pretty good job. It's a little bit off, but you get the trend here. 11:30 tonight, there's midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. Storms try to back build along the cold front near Kingfisher, and they just give Oklahoma City a glancing blow, a little bit of rain, maybe some lightning and thunder. But right now, it doesn't look like they appear to be anything crazy. You've seen the latest in the last...
Yeah, it's still very similar.
Okay.
Looks just about like that. There's actually one more that's come in that I haven't. Yeah, still the same. Yeah, some rain, some lightning and thunder, but if you believe that, the severe weather stays to the north,
right,
kind of where it is right now, and it is making it more of an easterly shove than down to the south, even currently. I mean,
also,
crawling to the east.
Yeah, and that's why we have the flash flood warnings. Hey, one of you guys also bring up volumetric, take it back when it was crossing 81. I'm just curious here if you want to do it live, whatever you want to do. We're going to show you what we're going to take radar, take it back to when it was crossing the highway. No tornado warnings in effect right now. We're just going to go back. I'm going to show you what it looked like when it was crossing 81 back to the west on the south side of Vance Air Force Base. And we're going to put this into 3D mode and turn the lightning off. I want you to see what this thing looked like in the volumetric mode. And, okay. All right, now. Yeah, right here. Are you out of Vance, right?
No, not yet.
Okay. There we go. Okay, put that in
right here.
Yeah, just right there.
You want it right there?
Yeah, and then we'll take it a step further. Maybe one more click when we get the debris ball. So tornadoes developing. That's a debris ball. That is rain, a little bit of hail, and mainly debris surrounding the tornado. Okay, we're going to put this into 3D. I'm going to show you what it looks like here. And just an incredible presentation, right? We'll take off some of the stuff, and you can see as crossing 81 back in here. And wow, look how it's, there's your tornado. It's right here. It's right here.
Take off a little bit more and you'll be able to actually see it. There it is.
Yeah, there's the tornado. Yeah, fly around that. Look at that. That's your volumetric mode of that storm, what it looked like. And this is all radar produced, right? And incredible. There's the tornado. Crossing. There's your debris. That's the tornado right there that the radar was looking at in 3D mode or volumetric mode, really is what it is. And then everything goes up, then downstream with the updraft, and then the downdraft, and then there you go.
Big hail.
Big hail. Right? And then there's a new storm going up behind it, trying to go up. So it's incredible. Goodness gracious. Okay. Absolutely amazing. Control room, let me do one more thing, and let me show everybody Mason's Mason Dunn's video from today. Incredible. Mason was the only chopper in the air today, by the way, up in northern Oklahoma. And this was the first tornado. It was in Grant County and Kay County. Remember, we tracked 2 different supercells that were producing tornadoes, not together. Right? Look at this. Once again, small satellite, elephant trunk tornadoes, couple satellite, rotates around the main.
Oh, look at that hook.
Okay, it's gone. This is on the ground, clearly, right? They're the wind turbines. Look how small they look compared to the tornado. That's going to be an EF2. Watch the tornado.
Well, I think this can produce tornado, guys.
No, it's not.
It's going to go right down 51.
And then gets pulled into it. It's pulled into the tornado, the big tornado. So the big tornado eats the small tornado. The updraft is strong, and it pulls it in. Other shots here from Mason and Sal and Amy and Tom and Sammy. And look at that shot there. incredible. I don't know if that's from Val or Tom. The other shot, that's going to be from Mason. And remember, so here's the deal. Our camera is so sensitive and so good that this is hard to see with the naked eye. You can adjust the filters. And Greg was out there today. Greg and Mason did an incredible job from the chopper today. This was not an easy chase on this. Up in Grant County, K County. Folks, this was going to Bremen. You folks in Bremen, I said again, you got to get to church because somebody was praying hard in Bremen because this thing was going to Bremen and it literally died as it was coming into town on the west side of town, back by I-35. So again, that's the video. Okay, let's go to Val and Tom's video, if we can get that up. And that's just incredible. And this is going to be from, I don't think that's from Val and Tom. That's from Mason again, but okay, I'll take it. There we go. There's Val's and Tom's. Same video. Satellite tornado coming around the backside. And it's on the ground. It's on the ground. You can, from Mason's shot, you can see the
shifted
debris,
to the east.
and then it gets pulled into it. It's pulled into it. So, see all the storm trackers. Yeah. Go ahead. Can't hear you. I like to. I want to hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, you sound the best you sounded all day.
All right, good. L.N.C.O.W.A.F. Great video from Enid.
All right, let's take a look at this. And I've not seen this yet.
I think we
So,
might get
L.N.C.O.W.A.F,
something,
Go
guys.
ahead and hit it. Okay, this is going to be South Enid. Is this the Gray Ridge neighborhood, or is this just another area? It doesn't look like a neighborhood. It looks a little more rural.
It does, and I haven't gotten a confirmation on exactly.
Okay. Is this from Andy? The Andy guy?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, look at this. Piles. That's a home, whatever that is, folks.
Oh, it's
That's
lighting.
we don't know.
Recognize it. It's a slab.
There's a tornado that just did this, right? Leaving. I mean, I see. Here's another big. What is this? We don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is what he sent me, and I was like, okay, that's not good. I mean, that's gone.
Yeah.
That's gone, and we don't know exactly where this is. We know it's on the southeastern sides of Enid, but exactly we're trying to figure. Hey, ask him. Is it Morris? Was his last name?
Yes, it was. I'll ask him real quick.
Yeah, Andy Morris. Where's this taken? And great job. Video is very, very good. Sad, but very good video.
Having the tornado in the background the whole time. It's
The
just
whole time.
awful.
Yeah, this just happened. And what's a little bit scary, I don't see anybody walking around or anything. And it's been a couple of minutes. There's nobody there, which is good. Hopefully they went to their safe spot, lowest level, center part of the house. Go, 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 right? Or again, storm shelter. But that's a pile, a barn, or it looks like a house. Looks like a pile in the house. EF3.
Yeah, that's a driveway, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, some kind of power poles. Yeah, look at this right here. What's this? Another big, either a couple of homes gone, or
Tom say a funnel?
okay. All right. Let's go back to Tom. All right, let's go back to Tom. And if you get any more video and pictures, Andrew, just jump in. Holler. All right, let's get our Tom Pastrano here. Tom, what's your win there? Go ahead, give us an update.
Okay, so I can't tell what my winds are, but I'm looking off to my northwest, and I've been watching an area that has been rising sky, and it's developed a low ring, and just to the west of that low ring, I did have a freeze funnel. It's gone now, and I don't see a lot of motion in it, but definitely something to watch. Back to you.
Okay, all right, well, we'll see what this does. Again, we've been talking about, still has a hook on it, and it's still in an environment, but as long as it has a north wind, that's certainly going to save us as far as doing something, again, a little bit nutty. And what I mean by, I see that right there.
If you go down to the south, just to show you too, David, on Next Gen Live to the south, thunderstorms down there near Purcell, near Lindsay, not severe, but there's still quite a bit of lightning with those storms. New shower going off near Shawnee, north of Shawnee.
Yeah, we need to keep an eye on that. This is coming up. Not severe, but
right.
We need to watch it. It's wide open, got plenty of fuel. And we talked about some jet stream energy coming out today. Boy, it certainly did. Goodness gracious, up north. Look at tonight's sounding and see what was going on. Okay, so a little bit of rain down south. Nothing severe. We're watching it. This is still severe up here. Tom and
the hook has been incredible in a storm.
yeah, look at that. There's Kyle. Okay, so again, this is going right over Lake McMurtry, Lake Carl Blackwell. You gotta get that label. No, wait, zoom in on that.
It's labeled. I just had it zoomed out.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Lake Carl Blackwell. This is going to go really on and north of Highway 51. Look at the hook. I mean, it's got a hook. Let's go to Kyle. And Kyle Wilson, go ahead. Your shot. We've got you. You're looking off to the north there. The inflow notch is just to your north. Yeah, I know you can see the hook. And what's your wind right there, Kyle? What are you seeing as you look north? And what's your wind direction?
David, we got north winds here where I'm at, probably 15, maybe 20 miles an hour. We did see that lowering that Tom saw just a little bit ago. We had it on our night vision camera. It's actually lifted now, so we can't see that area anymore that we've been keeping an eye on. We're going to sit here and keep an eye on it. Back to you, David.
Kyle, quick question. What's your wind direction right there? That'll tell us something here.
North, probably 15, 20 mile an hour.
Well, that's a good thing to have. A north wind is, you got a south wind, you got problems. You got a north wind, you're winning. You're living right. Okay, all right. As long as it stays with the north wind, we're not going to get a tornado. It'll spin all night, and that's fine. Okay, let's go back to Lynx 1. Great job, Kyle. And let's go back to Lynx 1 here. And let me show you what he's talking about. Okay, so he's down here. He has a north wind. So the actual outflow from the storms, rain-cooled air, has undercut the storm. That cuts off the chance of a tornado. It's going to spin. You're going to get a hook. You're going to get big hail. You're going to get damaging winds. You're going to get flooding. You're going to get everything but a tornado, as long as you have that north wind, and as long as that wind stays from the north. If that were to change, that would mess things up or make things worse. Go ahead, Justin.
Just looking at radar, he's kind of in the back side of the storm Kyle is.
Yep.
Where Tom, just a couple miles east, he has a south wind going up into that inflow notch.
That's a whole different ballgame.
So on 86 there, he has a south wind, Tom does.
Yeah, that means it's actually getting inflow. So that means it's coming up off the lake, Lake Carl-Blackwell, feeding up into it. The L.N.C.O.W.A.F has actually come up here in just the last 15 minutes or so. From crossing I-35 to 86 north of Lake McMurtry. Val is up on the north. He's up towards Pete's Corner. He's on, Highway 64 now. And yeah, the hook on the storm seems to be getting in now, no longer outflow, it's now getting inflow, feeding up into it. So Tom is right there. Can we go to Tom? Tom's on 86, and he's right in what would be the areas kind of being pulled up into the hook. Tom, you had a lowering earlier on velocity. This thing is not incredibly strong, but it is getting tighter. Give us an update, Tom.
Yeah, so right now my wind's just shifted over toward from the west, and I'm looking to the northeast, and that's where that lowering still is. It's been pretty persistent, but it's not very organized, so that is a good thing. It looked very organized maybe for a few seconds, 10 minutes ago when I reported that funnel, but right now it's very ragged, and I don't see anything that's imminent right now. I am, and some strong winds from the west. Back to you.
Okay, great update there. So it's not a tornado on the ground, not a tornado warning, but this is the storm that has been spinning ever since the tornado touched down, obviously back over near Enid. This is the same circulation, or at least the apparent mesocyclone from that storm. So Tom is on Highway 86. He's now by, what is the east-west road? East 580 is the county road. The circulation is just to his north, so that makes sense. He's got that west wind feeding around the back side of it. And again, the hail with the storm as it moves off to the east, anywhere from quarter to golf ball. And there may be some tennis balls mixed in now because it is kind of on that upward trend. This is now moving. It was moving a little more southerly. It does not look like it's moving almost due east now. So the hook is going to go over Lake McMurtry. The L.N.C.O.W.A.F is going to go north of the lake, but that is headed right towards Glencoe. The L.N.C.O.W.A.F will go between Glencoe and Morrison. In there, you could have quarter, maybe golf ball size hail, and there may be some isolated tennis balls with this storm. It is a big-time damaging hailstorm at this point with winds 55 to maybe 60 miles per hour. And I'm looking at their shots right now. Yeah, Kyle can see under it. Tom's also right there looking at it. Val's very close too. So if this were to do something, trackers are right there, and we're watching it as it moves to the east. We're still watching the storm moving over the flooded area too.
Not good.
No.
Go ahead.
We're talking about the flooding?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, definitely not good. It's 3 to 4, I thought you were talking to Andrew. 3 to 4 inches of rain, and so now more heavy rain coming in that area. And David, the showers have redeveloped again back over the tornado path.
And we
south
need
of Enid.
we need the rain, but we have weed up
right
here.
now, yeah.
And it's fine.
Tom's in golf balls right now.
Who does? Tom. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to Tom Pastrano, and let's take a look. Tom, there. Yep. Okay, Tom. Welcome to April. And yeah. Okay. So what direction are you moving? Oh, you're moving. You're going back. Oh, you're getting up in the. Okay, I see what you're doing. All right, that dog will hunt. All right, go ahead, Tom. As you're headed north, go ahead.
Yeah, David, so I'm tackling this tail for, and it's getting bigger as I go north. I did have some golf balls, lots of quarters, and there's probably some bigger than golf balls on the ground falling right now. So, yeah, we'll see what it is. But, yeah, it is getting bigger, and a lot of it.
Okay, nice job, Tom. Okay, so let's go back to radar here. And again, here's the hook, right? And again, Tom has a southeast wind here, and then on the backside we have a north wind. So that makes sense. There's your mesocyclone. Tom's right in it. He's right underneath it. He's right there, right in the thick of it. And as you can see, it's moving again due east towards Lake McMurtry. And again, not a tornado warning, not yet, not right now, but if this thing can tighten up a little bit more, we're going to get another tornado warning out of this. Shear rates come up some, and that's come up. That's increased just a bit. And control room, let's take a look at that. I'm going to show something here. That video that we had of the guy, of the streamer video that was just sent in of the damage. And bring that up again one more time. We just showed it just like 5 minutes ago. So let me show you that video.
Yeah.
And then when we get through,
big hail.
it was at Southgate and 16th.
That Andrew had?
This video.
Okay.
That's from Southgate. Is that right?
No, that was the video that I had.
That you
from,
had.
Andy Morris.
Okay, this may be some of the same stuff too from him. Because he sent in several pieces of video. We can figure that out. But where's this from, control room? I know it's from south sides of Enid, southeast of Enid. But you can see.
Tornado warning is coming. There's a tornado warning now for that storm Tom is on.
Yeah, tornado warning coming for Tom's storm. So we were just talking about how this thing is doing it. Okay, Andrew, pull up the video from the guy. And again, this was from Southgate and 16th Street, which is, I think, a little bit further than
L.N.C.O.W.A.F.
L.N.C.O.W.A.F. control room. This is east of Highway 81. Well, yeah, but they need to make it fast. Okay, guys, you guys have something?
I just would like to update everybody. First and foremost, let's talk about injuries because we just heard from the Garfield County Sheriff, and he is reporting that, yes, they have multiple injuries, but as of right now, no fatalities, so that is a good news. They are continuing to bring in more search and rescue crews to do those secondary searches as well.
This is the best news we've heard all night. No fatalities so far. We are still in the process of searching all the damaged areas. There are crews coming in. Among them is Oklahoma Task Force 1, and that's kind of the best of the best when they do search and rescue operations. They're coming in with their dogs. We understand there's a good chance they're not there yet, but these are the guys that mobilize really quickly and go to where they need to go. And so right now, again, search and rescue efforts going, and it's really around that the Gray Ridge Estates. That's where we've seen the most damage, and again, that is the neighborhood just east of Vance Air Force Base there. We saw that video earlier where we had these large homes that have been decimated in that area. It's also where we have crews there that have seen multiple emergency vehicles leaving the scene, lights flashing, going north there on Highway 81.
I was just getting word, too, that if anybody needs to be reunited with a loved one and you need a central location, the Red Cross has, in fact, set up a location. They are going to be right now at the Chisholm Trail Expo Center. They're going to be on the west side of the Expo Center. That is an evacuation shelter, an emergency shelter they've set up. And they said if you need a central meeting spot, you can go there. And we also understand that several other shelters have opened.
Oakwood Christian Church has opened, and also the Oakwood Mall has opened as well.
So the main area that we're watching, the Gray Ridge subdivision, we're going to keep an eye on things over here, but for now, let's send it back over to David Payne in the Bob Mills Weather Center.
All right, guys. Yeah, tornado warning here. We got to get back to this, and the tornado warning does continue. We've been talking about this for, again, this is going to be for the Lake McMurtry area, and this is what Tom and Kyle have been talking about. This is going basically due east, going right over Lake McMurtry. Boomer Lake Place is here. Stillwater's here, and there's your hook. And that's what we're talking about right here. So we have a north wind on the back side, and on the southeast side, there is plenty of inflow in here. Tom is way on the back side of the shoulder. Wow, he is deep. But so here it is. And like we said, it was a tick away from going into that tornado warning mode, and that's exactly what it did. So the circulation is just to the east of Tom.
I did 20. I think it's slightly slower than that. That should give you a little bit of time. So
Tornado
anywhere
warning
between
for
20
Stillwater.
miles per hour, almost due east. Shear rate has come up some over the lake. It's a broad area, but it sure looks like somewhere along that it's going to try to localize.
Yeah, let's go to Kyle's shot here. Exactly, that's what I was looking at. Thanks, Jesse. I looked out and was like, oh, hang on. Let's go to Kyle. And Kyle, looking back in there, I tell you what, this thing is tightening up. And you heard Tom say he has a southeast wind. He did. Now he's deep in it. He's on the northwest side of the circulation. But what do you see as you look off to your north there? Your night vision looks incredible looking off to the northwest from your camera. Go ahead.
Yeah, David, we're about 2 miles west of Stillwater, looking back to our north through the night vision camera.
Hello.
There's lowering on the ground, David. And
Pay attention, weather.
It's skirting the top of the trees. I mean, it's very,
it's heading into Stillwater now. After producing tornado down in
north side of Stillwater, really
Enid.
needs to pay attention to this. We're going to keep an eye on it. Back to you, David.
Yeah, if you're towards Boomer, Lake Place, north
It looks like it'd be to my north.
yes,
from
you're
the
thinking about where you're going to go, safe spot,
for
levels,
where I'm at.
the house. The mesocyclone is right here, is where he's looking. That's
It's going.
Yeah, so this is gonna
Look
be
like it's going pretty much due east. But if it gets strong, if it gets really strong, it can go southeast. Yeah, it can
watch for the lightning here and
turn on us.
His night vision camera really pops
You
out.
might be clipped. I'm worried about it turning. You know, if it gets strong, it's going to turn.
I mean, it's definitely alive.
I think we should take precautions.
Due east. Okay, let's go back to radar here.
So.
And Links 1, my bad. Links 1. Here's your hook.
Yeah.
Big supercell. Look at the hook, folks.
Yeah.
Right over Lake McMurtry if you live
Lake McMurtry, so. Okay, pay attention.
And then points east, tornado safe spot, lowest level, center part of the house. If you live in a mobile home or a trailer or a prefab home, you have to get out. You cannot ride this out. Damaging winds will flip it, and obviously a tornado will flip it. Okay, so what's Tom? Is Tom saying something important?
I hear him. No, while you're looking at that, David, of course, questions are pouring in from folks in Stillwater, from the OSU campus. Their tornado warning is there. Sirens are sounding in Stillwater. Right now, this is moving north.
Yeah, it's going to go north of you. It's moving, like you said, due east.
But north of Stillwater.
Yes. Yeah. It's going to be close, but it's going to be, the circulation's up here. It looks like the circulation might have come down a little bit.
Maybe, yeah.
It's still there.
And if it turns,
south,
that would put it more towards Stillwater. But right now, it's not doing that.
Yeah, so it's moving due east the way it is right now.
So we do have a lowering. We're looking to the west, slightly west-southwest.
They got lowering now.
There's a pretty good-sized lowering. There's almost like an inflow tail on the very far north edge of it when it lightnings just right. But the lowering, it's right there. I mean, it's almost due west of us, just slightly south of the road. And David, we are at Highway 1, and if we just sit here, it's going to come right over us. We are at 177 and Glen.Co Road. So,
177 Glen.Co Road.
To me, it's going to pass very close to our present location. So on that path, look out Glen.Co. Eventually, far north Stillwater. This is a little bit out of the city limits, but
I got an east wind at 8.
Is about a mile south of us. So that gives you some bearings. I mean, there's people that live up here. There's definitely a lot of houses, and there's some businesses and stuff like that. But it's not the main part of town.
Fishy!
So look at
I didn't know you were laying here.
See that?
turn my lights off here real quick. That's going to be the lowering right there. Watch when it lightnings. Right there. Right there. That's a good shot right there. Here it goes. When it got a light, there it is right there. It's pretty low to the ground. Pretty low to the ground.
Yeah.
Oh crap.
Yeah. Hey Val.
Look at the north edge of it.
Hey Val. Is that your night vision or is that just regular?
That is not. That is the dash cam. Night vision went down today. I don't know why, but it went down.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to get that figured out. Okay, so that's what it looks like right there, looking off to the west. There is a lowering in here. And let's go back to links 1. And you can see the hook clearly and the movement here. 2 laps out. I saw you doing that one more time.
Yeah, I was trying to figure it out. It looks like it's still more easterly.
Yeah, it's getting a shove. You're right. Yeah. Yeah. So
Kyle has a great shot out of it.
Okay.
So he's heading north. It's running right into him.
Oh, yeah, it's just to his northwest. Okay, so circulation it's right here. What does shear rate look like, Lace?
It's still stretched out.
Yeah.
That whole area, just like a broad area of circulation. Nothing real tight as far as a couplet goes, or an imminent tornado.
Yeah.
Right this second.
It's strong enough to get a tornado warning.
Sure.
But right now, it doesn't look like it's on the ground. It doesn't look like it does, but it just takes a few seconds, right? We all know how this goes. All right, let's go to Kyle. I'll bring Kyle back in. Yeah. And he's right here. There's Kyle. He's looking off to his northwest. And you can see his night camera there. And you can clearly see how this rain, see this hole right here, see that lip right there? That is where the circulation is. It's actually tucked back in there a little bit. The circulation's inside that. And it's moving, now it's just moving almost right at him. So now we stop. Kyle, go ahead and give us an update. Tell me what your wind is doing right there. It doesn't look like your winds are very strong where you are.
Nope, they're probably 20 mile an hour straight out of the west, right here where I'm at right now. And
I got east, southeast.
It looks a little more ragged than it did just a little bit ago, but it's still very, very low to the ground, like Val said earlier.
I thought I saw Paul flash.
Definitely going to have to keep an eye on this. Back to you, David.
All right. Yeah, nice job. Okay, so Kyle and Val both on this storm. So's Tom. Tom's back on the north side, making his way off to the east. So tornado warning continues, again, for Payne County, just north of downtown Stillwater, north of the OSU campus. All right, tornado warning continues here. Let's go back to links 1. And we have Kyle, we have Tom. 1, 2, 3. I think we got it covered, right? As it moves east
I took
towards...
the warning off, David, so you could see... Took the warning off, so you can see the rotation.
I didn't know y'all was drop off here.
Marks there. There's the golf course, there's Boomer Lake.
Hey!
Boomer Lake Place it is.
Hi, Cricket.
And you can kind of see where Val is on 177.
Yeah, and he's up here, and the turnpike entrance is just to his south, like you said, about a mile. There's Lakeside Golf Course. So
yeah, it's not looking good.
It's right here, just west of him, and just north and west of Kyle, and just south and east of Tom.
It looks like we got a second,
so once again, continues.
Second area circulation.
Right into it. And that's headed towards the radar. This is moving away, and there's your area of spin. It's pretty much on East Road 550, right? East Road 550, give or take. And just west of 177, really crossing into Payne County right now. Just now. Well, it's about, what, 2 miles? Yeah, 2 miles into Payne County. Coming up on Road 3310. North-South Road 3310 and East-West Road 550. Okay, and coming up on 177. Hard and fast, for sure. It's moving east, pretty good speed right now. So anyway, that's going to keep making its way. Again, easterly, Lacey speed, 15 to 20.
Yeah, I did 20 on the storm track. I updated the storm track. It's on links 2.
It can be north of the studio.
South on that track. I don't think it's going to go that way, but just to be safe. We've seen these things do some weird movements today.
12,
so
16.
No, but
hey, I mean, but, you know, we got to give people a little bit of room down here. I mean, the Newkirk storm earlier did it east-southeast.
It did.
So,
yeah, you're right. It absolutely did.
I mean, it did. But, okay, so Stillwater Regional Airport, 1107. L.N.C.O.W.A.F, 1135. Yale, 1216. Cody, 1218. And Oilton at 1238. Jennings, 1238, okay? So, moving east.
We got a lot of lighting. Tons of lighting.
Circulation still strong enough to get a tornado warning. If you're in our box right here, if you live in and around any of these cities, especially Glencoe, as far south as Lakeside Golf Course, and Merrimack, again, need to be thinking about lowest level, center part of the house, your tornado spot. Hopefully this will spin down, not up, and will weaken some. Lisa, what about the hail? Let's go back to Links 1 here, and there is some big hail in here, and also some flooding rain. Lots of heavy rain in here. Lake Perry, big hail from Perry to Lake Perry. You see it snaking along, another hill pocket showing up north of Lake McMurtry. Pete's Corner, another big hail core there, just south of Morrison.
Bill's Corner.
What's that?
Gotta say Bill's Corner too.
What'd I say?
There was Pete's Corner. There's actually two, but Pete and Bill are right next to each other.
I forgot. We've had this conversation.
Yes.
Somebody got upset one day.
Yes.
Because I didn't mention both of them.
Right.
But you know, they're not. Are they both on corners?
Well, Bill's Corner is kind of the dominant one.
Okay.
And Bill, for some reason, Pete's popped up quick. But yeah, Bill's Corner is 177 and Highway 64 as you're coming into Morrison.
Okay, looks like you're going to Pete's next week.
Absolutely. I'll send you to Bill.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so there's Bill's Corner. Let's go back a little farther west.
Okay.
And I just, yeah, okay, Pete, okay, okay, I got you. All right, so broad area of spin, it's sheared out, it's stretched out. It's a broad area, it's not that tight. Tornado warning, though, continues, but it's not that tight. And it's going to, again, crossing 177 right about now. Let's go to Val and bring Val back in. And Val, you're right there on the inflow notch. I see your location. Great spot. Looking. Oh, boy, there is a lowering there, Val.
I'm telling you, and we got south winds where we're at, too. We were talking about wind direction earlier, and we do have inflow. It's wrapped up right in front of us. I mean, that's it. I'm looking real close for any signs. I mean, it's hard to really see rotation when it's at dark, and you look at it, it's lightning, but it's about to come right over top of us. There's a pronounced lowering, I mean, almost on top of it, just barely south of us. Probably the biggest. I'm gonna aim the camera over here. Let's look at this. Aim up right there. Yep. I think if anything's gonna come out of this, it's gonna be right here. And we just got hit with west winds, by the way. Probably the lowest part of the lowering is starting to pass over us right now. And that should be in the shot. I mean, right there in the shot. That's looking south, but it's only maybe a quarter of a mile, maybe a half a mile, maybe a quarter of a mile to our south. There was a lot of lightning right there. So, it's going to go right over Glencoe Road. It's going to keep on going east, maybe east, northeast, I'm not sure, but
Covers here a little sketchy. Moving east, going down towards Glencoe. He's exactly right. Let's go back to Links 1. And here it is. There's your hook. It's not as open as it was. See that little slot in there? How much more open? Right here. See that? That looked a little more impressive. And that's kind of closed up. So circulation is still there. It's now crossing 177. But it's not as intense as what it was. And the circulation has come down a little bit. What's that?
The hail, definitely. Quarter to golf ball size hail. Every now and again, radar indicates up to tennis balls and some of those bigger cores. But quarter golf ball size hail. Damaging hail for sure with the wind right along that circulation. And also back to the west, David. And this is dumping so much rain. Flooding is going to become a problem in these localized areas.
Yeah. I mean, rainfall amounts, 2 to 4 in here already?
Yeah, there have been 1 to 3 in there, and now additional, very heavy rain falling. And there's so much heat in this area that's pretty tall right now. That's going to be damaging hail for a lot of the crops on top of the potential tornado threat.
Yeah, it's not good. Okay. Well, all right, so there's our area of circulation. And let's go back. Let's get an update from Kyle. And Kyle is just to the south. And that area might be shifting. Am I wrong here? But I think there might be a little. Yes. There's a little bit. It's down there where Kyle is. There might be another area that's a little bit stronger. Kyle is just north of the bend, north of Stillwater there, up 177. Kyle, looks like another little lowering possibly developing just to your north. And we see your shot. Great shot. Looks good. Go ahead. Give us an update as you look off to your north right there, back to your northwest.
David, there is a lowering, kind of just right off to our north. It's pretty ragged looking, nothing too crazy looking. We have actually winds just pushed out of the south, right here where we're at. So we definitely got to keep an eye on this area also. Back to you, David.
All right, great job. All right, so Kyle again, a little further south than Val. Val's on the north side of the circulation. It's coming right at him, and Kyle is just a little further south. It's still spinning, there's no doubt about it. But if it were to produce a tornado right now, it would be a low-end, weaker tornado. And I just suddenly turned blue. I'll go with that. And there it is. So it's down in here, and here's Val. This whole area is rotating, but there's a little area down here, a little bit stronger. Okay, but the tornado warning does continue up there where Val is. Okay, so a strong track on links 2. This track's so good.
Yeah, so good.
Okay.
Yep.
Glen-Co, 11:35. Lakeside Golf Course moving in right about now, and that's right there, right? And Boomer Lake Place, 11:09. That's just south of Kyle. He's right there. And Yale, 12:16, and the TP Casino, 12:25, and Oilton at 12:38. So there's your track. It's still moving just about due east. We make it a little further out in case it does a little hibbity-hobbity and makes a left turn or a little bit of a right turn, but so far it's been straight as an arrow, right? It's been just straight east, pretty much.
Yeah, there's the laps. I mean, that's 15-minute laps.
Yeah. So if you live again from 177 to the east now to Glen-Co, lowest level, center part of the house, right? This would not be at this point a strong tornado, but it still possibly could produce a tornado. It does not look like to us. It's on the ground looking at velocity data and looking at debris aloft. We still see any.
Storm will be there.
That's a great sign. It's tornado warning, yes, but it's not like, oh gosh, here we go, like what we had earlier today.
This is a tornado warning storm.
All right, so everything again moving east. Oklahoma City, we're clean and green. This is all to the north of us. This is getting a little bit stronger. Back near Enid again, a little more rain up there. Exactly what they don't need, but it is what it is. We've had lots of rain up here today. But this line continues to push to the east and also back build to the west. Now it's all the way out to Lahoma and some good rains out here. Nothing tornadic.
Just rotation
nothing going on like that up here, okay?
Just the lightning is unbelievable.
Yeah, there has been a ton of lightning today. It's just so crazy how some days it's just so positive, you know?
Exactly.
Get lightning just...
Yeah.
And then today it's, I mean, and tornadoes, some big tornado days, just not a whole lot of lightning. And other days like today, it's like, golly, the sky is just
hail.
Fire.
Yeah,
so
that's
the rainfall totals.
Look at that.
So flash flood warnings continue in these areas. Do not drive into water in these areas. It's very flat, obviously.
I wonder if we're going to get another might have another area.
This is all wheat country up in here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Another hit.
It's a lot of water.
Yeah,
luckily, it's still early for the wheat. You know, we don't, hopefully it doesn't flatten it, but and if it floods it, wheat's pretty good. Wheat's a tough plant, and it can handle flooding, and you know, it does pretty well. We don't harvest till June, so we're doing all right. Hopefully, we'll recover and be all right up here. But okay, so one more time, let's go to the tornado warning again.
Absolutely.
And it's north of Stillwater. North of Stillwater, well north of Stillwater. The hook is here. There's Val. And again, moving over towards Glen-Co. Tornado warning right there. It's where Val is. But it's a stretched out piece of circulation. So right now it's spinning, but it's not like crazy spinning. Okay, so that's always a good thing. So, guys, we'll take a break here. I know you guys have more news for news crews or.
You got another.
And well, they've been out all day too.
You got another over the bar. L.N.C.O.W.A.F.
The encouraging news we heard just in the last couple of minutes: the request for Task Force 1 search and rescue dogs has been canceled by Enid. So that is good news. Not needed right now. So we think that is encouraging news as we assess the damage in Enid there. Specifically the Gray Ridge neighborhood.
Because they got a lot of damage there. We're going to show you some of the video we got in just a moment, but first we want to get a better understanding of the injuries that we're going to be talking about this evening. Our Matt McCabe is outside one of the two hospitals there in Enid. He is at St. Mary's Medical Center. Matt, give us an update from where you are.
Carl, Amanda, that's right. There's two hospitals here in Enid. We know that the other hospital, that's Integris, has treated at least one patient so far that was injured during tonight's tornado. Now, the other hospital here is St. Mary's Regional Medical Center that's just behind me here. I'm going to go ahead and step aside, and my colleague Kevin's going to zoom in here so that you can see what they have going on right now. You can see that they have some staff that are staged right now underneath that emergency overhang that they have right there for their emergency department. We don't know the exact number of how many patients that they might have treated here tonight. I have seen people coming and going from here in the last half hour or so. We have heard in general from several of our viewers that additional staff have been called into both the Integris Hospital and the Mercy Hospital that are here in town to prepare for whatever the influx of patients could be. Again, we don't have exact numbers yet. We know earlier, Carl and Amanda, that you both had shared that they do have some secondary searches that are going on right now. And again, the good part, too, that we've also heard is that there have been no confirmed fatalities as of right now. But again, this is just a small bit of the medical command, the medical side of this emergency operations that has been going on right now. We also, as we were en route to Enid tonight, we saw a lot of neighboring EMS agencies that were also dispatching additional ambulances to that incident command to be available to assist with whatever patients that they found. But we will continue to be here for the rest of this evening to see what exactly is happening here, to try and get a count of exactly how many patients are being treated both here at St. Mary's and at Integris. Back to you guys.
All right, Matt, we appreciate it right there. We can't share that one person that was at Integris. That was a person that had leg lacerations because a wall fell on them during the tornado.
Yes, so we're working to get even more information when it comes to any injuries. We want to go out now to Elizabeth Fitz, who has been in that area. At one point, she was outside the Gray Ridge subdivision. She has now moved just slightly north of there, near South Highway 81 and West Southgate Road. Elizabeth, give us an update.
All right, Amanda, I am outside South Highway 81 and West Southgate, outside of Hutch's C-Store. We've seen dozens of emergency vehicles so far, several ambulances, fire engines, police, OHP troopers are here. We even saw some wrecker trucks. I'm going to let you take a look behind me. They are blocking off this road. Now, we've been on both sides of the Gray Ridge neighborhood, and first responders are blocking the roads to keep everyone safe. I'm sure there are still a lot of hazards around, down power lines and whatnot. But dozens of people and a bunch of livestock are kind of hanging out at this gas station, waiting for word on their loved ones, on their homes, and on their shops. I talked with a shop owner who was in the area when the tornado hit. He left his home and shop near the Gray Ridge neighborhood to check on family. They were okay, but he couldn't get back to his home because the roads are blocked. I also spoke with friends of survivors who were trapped in their basement in the Gray Ridge neighborhood. They say everyone is physically okay, but their houses are unfortunately gone. Totally unlivable, they tell me. This group understandably was not ready to go on camera, but we are going to stick around and talk with some others to see what else we are able to find out in the aftermath of the Enid tornado. We'll have more updates for you throughout the show. Back to you.
Elizabeth Fitz reporting live out there, and we're going to show you video in just one moment of the Gray Ridge neighborhood, but we do have one more crew.
I also want to point out we saw that Perry ambulance there. We've been mentioning that every surrounding area that has ambulances to spare has been going into Enid and specifically going to that Gray Ridge neighborhood. We'll show you some video from there, but there is other damage, not just that Gray Ridge neighborhood. We have Shelby Love. She is also there, South Enid now, with another look at some of the damage. Go ahead, Shelby.
Yeah, Carl, we're right now just off Highway 81 on the east side. This is on Leona Mitchell Drive and Fox Drive. And you can see that the tornado did a ton of damage to this house. I'm going to move out of the way so we can zoom in and take a closer look here. Now, as we've been standing, Pafford EMS, which Carl, you just mentioned, there's been a ton of people coming to help out here in response to this tornado. And EMS was here from Pafford. And you can see those red X's that they've spray painted. That means they've gone through the house and made sure that nobody needed rescuing and that there was nobody found in here and that it's been checked. So that is some great news. We were also talking to neighbors a little bit ago, just down the street from here, their house completely untouched, which is not uncommon we see with tornadoes, right? It's just wild how that happens. So thankfully, them and their family were safe. They told us that this house is vacant, so that would make sense. And I peeked my head through the windows and was using a flashlight to look at the inside of this house earlier, and that would make sense because it feels a bit like a time capsule in there. There's an old foosball table in there. I saw some teddy bears in the debris. I saw a big tube TV in there as well, so kind of a lot of old school things are hanging out in that house right now. So that's the good news, is hopefully this house was vacant, and the good news is nobody was found hurt here. So they're going to continue to be surveying for damage. The Parker EMS that we spoke to here is on their way into the Gray Ridge area to help out there and see where they can make a difference.
Warning issued April 23rd at 11:16 p.m. Central Daylight Saving Time until April 24th at 12 a.m.
You, our viewers, talk with Justice Pierce. Take a look at this. They've already brought in his machinery to try to clean up and to make sure nobody's trapped there. And that right there, you see right there, she told me that's a police officer who lives there in the Gray Ridge area. You can even see it.
Moving east at 20 miles an hour. Passengers include people on both sides hail and 50 mile an hour winds. The tornado watch remains in effect for this area until 11:30.
Vehicles and mangled up wreckage that they're finding there, but we can say that as far as search and rescue, we're trying to figure out if the search and rescue is still going on, and this is what that is, right? This is kind of getting to people who might be in their storm shelter, who might be in the debris, but again, there is no fatalities we've heard so far from the Garfield County Sheriff.
This is from Justice Pierce again. She and her husband were the first ones, one of the first people into the Gray Ridge neighborhood, and they said that they saw injuries, but no fatalities. Let's toss it back over to David Payne in the Bob Mills Weather Center, and then we'll update you later with more.
Hey, real quick, that tree that was, again, in front of that tractor, that was a live tree that was basically, I mean, all of the big branches are gone. So you're not going to do that in EF1, not going to do that in EF2. I mean, it was shredded. So EF3 damage is what we're calling it. Okay, tornado warning continues. This is going to be for north of Stillwater, like we've been saying, in Payne County. And circulation is right here, but it's getting, it looks like, a little bit absorbed into the line, which is good. We have Val right here. Val's in it. And looking at, any circulation at all, there's just, it's spread out. It's not tight, okay? But we have Tom back here. We have Kyle here. And, again, the area of spin is up here. Let's go to Val Castor. He's just west of L.N.C.O.W.A.F. now. And Val, it's a stretched out piece. It's still spinning, but it's certainly not like crazy tight. Not right now. Go ahead, Val.
Yeah, so David, it's looking pretty interesting earlier. We had some very pronounced lowerings with it. You can see movement, even in the dark, you can see movement when that thing came over us. But like you said, the circulation has become a little bit, maybe quite a bit less organized, which is a great thing. The rain has really pushed out, the wraparound rain has really pushed out the head. It's trying to maybe undercut it. So all in all, things have improved over here north of Stillwater. Back to you.
Yeah, great news, Val. And the tornado warning here is just about ready to go away. So that's good news, at least for now. That has.
We can go ahead and call it quit for a little while, since we don't have no tornado warnings in the state.
Again, where Val is, and you see the rain and a little bit of hail that he shot. He's coming into L.N.C.O.W.A.F, and this is where the circulation still is. But it's lost the hook look. It's lost a lot of the inflow knocks that we
Quite
had.
a bit of hail
It's
in
a severe
L.N.C.O.W.A.F.
storm producing winds 50 to 60, nickel dime quarter, maybe some golf ball size hail, and radar showing tennis ball. But for sure some golf balls here just to the north and west of Val, coming in right in behind him, and then a little bit more hail back to the west, and again along this whole line south of Lake Perry. And again, this is all just severe now, okay? Flash flood warnings continue from Lake Perry back to Lucene, and then from Lucene back to Covington, and then from there back up near Fairmont. And more rain coming into the Enid area. And I want to point out, the cold front now is lighting up, running from Lacey. That's how you say Lacey, right?
That's perfect.
Just want to make sure, because I've said it all different ways. Lacey.
The right emphasis on the right syllable.
Lackey, running from northwest of Hitchcock. And this is, again, beginning to go up here. Maybe just some showers right now. We'll see what it does, okay? We'll see if it gets a little bit stronger here. Control room, let's go back to some of the video from earlier today. Let's do Kyle's video. Let me show you Kyle's video. And this is the hardest hit area. This is the tornado that our news crews have been in, where Shelby's in, and Matt's in, and Elizabeth's in. And this is going down Highway 81, south side of Enid. And this is, he went south of it, look back to his northwest. Look at the, sunshine. That is what we call a grinder. That is a violent tornado west of Highway 81. This is Highway 81. Vance is on right there. Vance was not hit. Okay, we've had several emails from people at Vance that I've read that have said we have friends and family that work there. Vance was not hit by the tornado, but I mean barely missed it. Just south. And this is it right here. This is Highway 81. Vance Air Force Base is right up here. But look, this is a multiple vortex, violent tornado, EF3 tornado, maybe stronger, and it did a lot of damage, right? It went through a couple of neighborhoods. It took out, we don't know how many homes, but this was a strong to violent tornado, and it just kept getting bigger, and it wedged out. And some of the motion in this thing is just incredible. And it was showing that by visually looking at it, but also looking at velocity data. And then it was wrapped in rain, getting a little bit weaker, but still a strong tornado as it made its curve and headed up towards the southeastern and eastern sides of Enid. Downtown Enid was spared. West Enid was completely spared, obviously, but south and east of Enid proper, obviously this is where the tornado was. And another shot of, and look at this here. Look at everything being pulled in from the east. Right? The tornado's still here, but there's so much inflow that it's breaking these homes apart. Look at that. That goes around the tornado. That roof goes around the tornado and gets slung out right there. So that roof started on the east side, gets slung around the north side, and then gets thrown out. So that is a buzzsaw on the ground earlier this evening, crossing Highway 81, doing a lot of damage, and that's where our crews have been for sure. Okay, so no tornado warnings now for the Payne County area. Severe storms, yes. Watching a couple showers going out west of Hennessy, also near north of Watauga. Watching those. Watching the flash flooding going on up north. We've had 3 to 5 inches of rain, but nothing tornadic right now. Just severe north of Stillwater, moving east at roughly about 20 miles per hour. So right now, this will miss Oklahoma City. We'll have to watch and see what this does as this gets its act together. So here we go. You guys have anything?
You got it. That's all good
Okay.
right now.
All right, we'll take a break. We're going to pitch back to you guys at the news desk.
Perfect. David, thank you. You're talking about Vance Air Force Base. We talked to a viewer who lives on base, and she could see that tornado from her window, but the tornado was going by just outside of the base, and she said where they are, it was fine. And we've since now heard from Vance Air Force Base. We want to show you some of the statements, some of what they are telling us. They are saying that they are making sure that everyone is accounted for. This is what they put out. Quote, earlier this evening, a tornado impacted Vance Air Force Base. We are currently conducting accountability procedures to ensure all personnel are safe and accounted for. Base leadership is assessing the installation to determine the extent of damage and to ensure the safety of facilities and infrastructure.
Just east of Vance, not so fortunate. That was where the Greystone neighborhood was, the Gray Ridge neighborhood. Gray Ridge Estates is what it's called, and that's the other side of Highway 81. We've been showing you the pictures from that. We're going to show you a few more, but we do want to check with our crews who are at the shelters now. And there are 3 in Enid that are up and running right now. We have our Haley Hedrick, who is at Oakwood Christian Church and joins us now live. Haley.
Hey, Carl and Amanda, we are here at Oakwood Christian Church, like you said. That's at 401 North Oakwood Road here in Enid. It's here if you need it. Right now, all the people behind me are just volunteers from the church. No victims have arrived yet, but they're here, they're ready, they're gathering water, they have food, anything you need. Even if it's just a safe place to come, they're ready to take you here at the Oakwood Christian Church. They have been talking to church members and say they have not heard of any fatalities, just like we've been saying. They have heard of some people in that Gray Ridge area that were able to take shelter and are doing just fine now. So always good to hear that. But we just talked about the Oklahoma Standard, and this is just proof of that. We've already seen a few cars driving up, dropping off water here. So anything you need, this is one of those 3 shelters.